moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 3, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ICT Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I am your host, Blackjack, and joining me, of course, is my co-host, Sam and Foxy, as we are here with the second stream of the night, the second half of Day 2 of Division 3, and the first match we have on board for ourselves is between Team Super and Monka S. Foxy, how do you feel on this fine night?
I've got to say, I feel amazing, Blackjack. We'll be seeing Coastline come out. A very colorful map, a very nice one indeed. The way that the map offers a dynamic. Something I want to point out here is that Team Super and Monkas, they've played on Coastline before. Obviously with slightly different rosters for themselves, but they have played Coastline before. And it's been amazing to watch play on a map where you are you've got all the freedom to just go haywire, get yourself frags, and put out plays that usually you don't get to see in terms of how this match is constructed. And that is why Monkas will be coming out with an IQ plan in the beginning, right at the back. A very interesting ban indeed. I was not expecting that from them. But Team Super very quick to the bans as well. That is going to be just a second. There you go. A bug ban comes out. A very targeted ban coming in from the side of Monkas, because now with the bug being banned, the defense will have all the while more room to work with, but definitely that is also going to be something that will affect the role swap. Team Super will take out Valkyrie as well. A very important ban. Once again, the IQ and the Valkyrie being banned. This is quite the saturation that we're getting to see in terms of how this match will proceed up ahead. We did see Monkas come out with the defender ban yesterday. That was on the Jaeger and Clubhouse. Yeah, I don't really need to keep specifying on what map was played yesterday. I mean, we know for a fact what happened. But that out of the way, the last ban from Monkus is going to be Maestro. Alright, looks like Monkus doesn't like to play with the Maestro or against him for that matter. We'll be up and running on round one. But now, and a nice set of bans coming in from both these teams. In fact, Monkus, I think they've come up with the IQ ban a little more. It's a little more targeted towards what Team Super brings out for them. So speaking of Team Super, they walk an amazing roster of Flick Shot, Narupada, Super Noob, Danger Babu, and Mercy, while we have Monkus having themselves a Firefly, Lusty Boy, Majestic Boy. I move to Lion, and the Barcode dude. It still remains a mystery on who the Barcode guy is, but he'll be playing the Doc as of now. He's shown some amazing frag potential yesterday in the matches that he had for themselves. While the 6-pick has come in from the Mountain onto the Hibana from the side of Mercy. The 6-pick ticket from the defenders won't be used for anything as of now. Looks like they want to go a little more frag heavy. While they do have 3 anchor operators being selected as well, that is something they can just utilize. And proceeding into the round, we'll find that out just how good they want to keep their utility for themselves. Majestic Boy bringing out the Jaeger, a very important dog. Yesterday he was banned, but this time he'll be able to play. Majestic Boy, for those of you who are joining us right now and are wondering who Majestic Boy is, it is Jora, that is the veteran in the game, is a veteran in the scene. In fact, he's back, he's playing for Monkus, and let's see what Majestic Boy brings out today. We'll be seeing ourselves get into this match and the action phase. I'm expecting a possible aggression from the Wizard and the Dog. Yes, it will be. The Dog that is going to be the Barcode guy is going to be watching this tight angle. He does overpeak this actually. He's got himself somebody watching the cross angle on the spawn peak. Imagine watching a cross angle on a spawn peak. Oh, anytime now, Flick Shot going to walk into his side, and yes, he will. Barcode dude takes a Flick Shot, a very explosive entryway into this match. He stopped the match, in fact. Flick Shot was definitely not expecting that. A nice tap onto the head. Sledge gets them out. A 4 versus 5 established very early into the round. Not even 30 seconds expelled. Yeah, that out of the way is how Narupada brings up the Jones, and looks like he has spotted a neutral line as Whistle is just fighting right now. Penthouse has got himself his ability on the gadget. Is definitely not allowing the Jones to pinpoint his location, but at least for the while. His position doesn't get given away, and now look at the cross angle being applied from Team Super to make sure the Whistle doesn't make it out of here. I'm not lying, we'll have to win some amazing gunfights off of this. And it only stands to see if he'll be able to win them or not. The Pentas has being open. Is it open though? I haven't really got. No, it's not open. That means it gives him all the while more room to play with. But the Zotac are open down for the kitchen. Oh, look at that. The bathroom being rather, and the woods will get taken away. Wait for you. Narupada goes down, rather takes down the woods. Line will get taken away, but only before he does it. Oh, so the Zofia, mind you. No smoke into play. That means they quickly push up. In case it happens, the Sun Team Super will not really matter in terms of how they'll be approaching this. We usually see the smoke doing the trick through the bar wall, the mini bar wall, in fact. He needs to deny the plans and even get himself some amazing fraction. What a Lusty Boy actually playing a Roman Legion for the matter. Firefly will be inside along with Majestic Boy, and the Dog is going to. Alright, the Barcode guy is a little more relaxed today. He's not playing over aggressive to see it saw him do previously. Just by not eating away any question marks, in fact, but they'll still get made it. Just by not realizing the Zofia has pushed up already, the White Peak is going to win that instead. Super Duke instead. Alright, the Zofia did not get that frag, but Firefly is going to shine in. Gets the 30 frag, 3 versus 3. Firefly playing close to the bomb, and no problem. Top row is going to be a map of concern for the side of the attackers, because that is going to allow Firefly to play very close to the bomb. But just as I speak about it, he's going to fall back as the Rappel game has come into play. And the Steve on the flank does get caught out. He's going to have to maneuver back and all the way up to the VIP hallway, trying to find anybody getting a little too aggressive. What is this angle being used by the Godfather dude? Yeah, as I speak about it, oh, that fight is not a fight that one take, but Firefly is going to get 1, get 2, and get 3. Firefly walks away with another kill in the end, as that was another kill picked up by Doc from the side of the hookah. And what a play coming in for the side of Monkas to get themselves round on board. And more than that, it did essentially come down to some amazing roam play and early and really explosive start to this round. And more than that, an early explosive start to this match all in all. 0-1 in the favor of Monka as we proceed round 2.
Oh, what a round indeed coming out from the side of Monkas. Right towards the end, they're holding it down, even if they were on the back foot, managing to kill all the attackers pushing in through Aquarium and, of course, the rappel on the big window of Billiards, taking them out one by one. And I'm actually quite surprised the fact that Barcode dude who was playing the Doc did not end up shooting the Wamai in the back. That takes a bit of skill, because in that much chaos, I know of a few players who would have shot their friends instead of the approaching attackers. But with that being said, round 1 went to the defending team. Round 2, of course, they're going to be going to kitchen and service entrance, a side that we are, of course, all too familiar with, especially people who love to play Clubhouse, or just anyone in general, especially in the pro scene. Did I say Clubhouse? Okay, then. Habit. Habit of saying Clubhouse ever since yesterday, and the qualifiers for that matter, has forced that word out of me. Of course, we're on the map of Coastline, and as I was saying, Coastline, when it comes to the the site rotation for that matter, a lot of defensive teams like to go to kitchen first, some like to go to hookah first, and sometimes if they're feeling really ballsy, they like to go towards Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar. But almost never will you see a team go to Penthouse first or second. It's always one of the latter options when it comes to winning defensive rounds. And it's something both me and Foxy have pointed out, is it's a big change from how Coastline used to be played when it was released. And for a solid amount of time, is Doc's going to find somebody? Yes, he will! Barcode Man finds Nerupara, and that is the Zofia off the board. And that's a pretty big kill, because we all know exactly how powerful Zofia's utility is. Zofia off the board. Nerupara is gonna not be able to influence this trend any further. A magnet goes out from Umai. That's Firefly sitting behind a shield on service entrance, and it is a 4 versus 5. Monkas are in the man lead. They would definitely like to take this round as well and extend their lead farther and farther and farther as they move towards the row swap all the way out in round 7. Of course, round 7 is still a fairly long way off, and they'll just have to proceed one round at a time. Teams over, of course, they're still getting their drones in there. Intel in as, the grenade from Flickshot is going to find Lusty. Wow, Flickshot took quite a bit of damage, mind you, from Lusty Boy himself. The Legion and the Sledge in an altercation right there. The Sledge won it out through his secondary throwable utility. Magisboy's got a long angle all the way towards Sunrise through Courthouse from main lobby, and he could use this to find one, maybe two attackers. Depends on who peeks him right here. As, what a wall bang right there from Magic Boy. He's gonna find Danger Babu, this Nomad. And that is another pretty big kill. Nomad can be pretty powerful pushing in towards site with her ARX and or AK, depends on what Danger Babu was playing. But that is, of course, one more attacker down and one less attacker for Team Super to have to help them in this eventual push. They've almost got less than 60 seconds left on the clock for themselves, and they've got to make this push happen sooner or later, because time is, of course, ticking out, and they have to get the diffuser down if they want to extend the round time or have a chance of winning this. Jaeger, he saw the Sledge, but he was a bit too late to get his shots off, and looks like Sledge has made his way into sight. He's flashed. He got flashed by one of his own teammates, but he's still going to get that Barcode guy, and Magic Boy is dropped by Mercy, but I moved to line, took down Mercy as well, and the plant has been denied. Super Noob is down, but Firefly has been taken out as well, as I move to line will confirm the kill on to Super Noob, making it a 1 versus 1 between Flickshot and I move to line. The Sledge versus the Vigil, as Sledge is going for the plant in service entrance. Is Vigil aware of this? He's going to have to run if he wants to deny it, but looks like he won't be denying it anytime soon. He's moving for the rotate towards bathroom, but no, he's making a lot of noise, trying to make Flickshot think that he's on the other side, but no, he doesn't know where Flickshot is, and the Sledge will get that kill off the back of some good positioning behind the deployable shield that was being used against the service entrance entryway. And that is going to give the attacking team, Team Super, round 2 here on Coastline.
Well, that was a nice round coming in for the side. Monkas, in fact, actually, not even going to say in the terms of how Team Super played that, because It essentially came down to Flickshot winning his gunfights. He got that frag, and more than that, his aggression, the flashes perfectly used from the captain in cohesion to with what Flickshot was trying to do. Very straight three-way determined into walking at the side, just straight up from the doorway. There was Majesco watching that doorway, but he had a very small window that he happened to miss. Obviously, something he did not miss is that wall bang, but Flickshot making his way inside from kitchen doorway, getting that frag onto the dog, then getting the Wamai onto side, and then going for the retrieval of the diffuser once the captain was down from the luggage angle, then reattempting the plant on the side of service entrance. All of that worked perfectly for Flickshot, and it did essentially come down for Team Super for Flickshot to perform to his maximum best. That is exactly why I've got to say it came down cutting close for the side of Monkers, because they had a little more, fairly speaking, they had a little more advantage the way the round started off. The barcode guy doing a lot of work for them, I've got to say that. Get themselves some early frags, and that does affect when it comes down to a team like Team Super. It's no surprise. Well, it's called Team Super, right? I mean, they are dependent on frags, and that is not a secret. But the way Team Super has played that out is they're losing a little bit of too much math count a little early in the round. Once again, barcode dude is going to be attempting a knock spawn fake of sorts. Smorsy is going to be the one that I think he's got to find him, but look at this. Smorsy, he's intelligent. I like this dude. He knows exactly the kind of aggression that the barcode dude has been bringing in, and that is why throws out the drone first, spots him out, in fact. He's just going to fall back and play this a little more passive, but mind you, that is also going to eat away a lot of time for the attackers as the clock is not in their favor. There we go. A punishment comes in from the attackers finally for the barcode guy's aggression from the side of Monkers, as finally the dog goes down. Lusty Boy will be taking his place at Sunrise, as this is a very crucial position to hold as the side will be kitchen once again. Not a successful defense that Mongols could pull out, but this time around they're hoping that they could. LG Man gets thrown on, but that is also going to get spotted out. Majesco will be playing inside security room, that is the servers. Trying to pick a fight with the and thus the set for them. That is the Nomad, in fact. Danger Babu and Flickshot will be, in fact, will be around here. Lusty Boy and Majesco essentially working cohesion for each other. And look at that headshot being popped from Zofia. Some great crossing placement coming in from her. It's going to take the life of the Jaeger. Lusty Boy has to maneuver back. However, here he did get spotted out on. Could use this position to his maximum advantage, but that's not a place you can go prone on. There's barely any room that you can work with the positioning that you're looking to win out on. Team Super finally realizing that not giving away early advantage is something that they can just win out of round now. 3 versus 5 in the favor of Team Super heavily, as I think Lusty Boy is getting spotted out by possible drones that he's himself trying to find. Kodiak push is something that Team Super won't be doing as of now. Everybody is a little bit focused in terms of how they want to get their scouting done on site. They know what the positions are given away. A very crucial position that he'll be holding. A choke point is set, channelizing towards that little hallway. He has an impact that he can use to maneuver and rotate, but he's just going to use that as a distraction and fall back to the courtyard and drop down as well. I moved to line, trying to find his bullet holes and use them to his advantage. I don't think he's doing that as of now. But it's only a matter of time until he hears audio cue off and he fits the that he can notice that he can look at that. A rush comes in once again from Deep Super, but he's gonna get team kill. Naruto goes, takes down Flickshot. There's another P coming in from the business one, but look at this Naruto is quick to the trigger. He's gonna find one. He's not gonna find the other. Lusty Boy gonna win that fight. It's gonna come down to a 2 versus 2. Everybody alive still, and in the favor of the Team Super. 2 versus 1 now. Make that a 2 versus 0 as Team Super and Danger Babu comes alive. The danger that is wrecking havoc on the side of Team Monsters here just cannot stay alive. A double kill to finish off the round and award themselves with another one. And finally, Team Super Cup alive will proceed to round 4. Scoreline is 2-1, still in the favor of Monsters, mind you. What a round coming in from the side, the attacking team. They're finally realizing that this is the advantage that they need to take away from them, and that is what they want to keep doing. That is what they want to stick to. That is going to be the staple from now on. Not bring out any extraordinary offs like, usually when teams show a lot of aggression, you either bring out the Dokkaebi, you might want to bring out the Lion. Sometimes even Gridlock. On a map like this, Gridlock is definitely useful. Supernook comes in with a 6 pick. That is Capital getting 6 pick onto the Thatcher. I don't know. I don't know why he's brought up the Thatcher. It's not like Monkus is having all the while more emphasis in terms of the operator lineup that they're having that does compel the opponents to bring out the Thatcher, but the now, I don't know, maybe he just likes the gun, and since Flickshot is already using the sledge, the Elec won't be available for Supernook to bring that out. He's gonna go back to Thatcher. That's what Supernook plays, and that's what he's comfortable with. And he's gonna use that. Now, once again, a little emphasis on the last round. The way Danger Babu played that is definitely some amazing gunplay on the man. And Marupta getting that team kill in, but that not stop Team Super from clutching that round into their favor. That is something we love to see. A wet court and making an attack. Mind you, course, that happens to be an attacker side map. So getting the rounds on is going to be the top priority. Definitely Team Super will be in favor right now. I just got very confused. Is Monkus getting that advantage or not? The Nomad comes in. She's running the A out, and not the AK, in fact. A Nomad shot in the beginning of the round. Danger Bob making sure that no flanks are from happening from the side of Sunrise, as that's essentially the only doorway you can walk in if you want to make a flank happen. Some drone work being done. Narubda, the man who's just got some blood on his hands and of his own teammates. In fact, that is something that he'll have to wash off based off how his performance goes in this round. Definitely, you don't want to be seeing team kills happening. I get it. It was something that happened in the moment, but you just don't like that, when it comes to competitive play. A hookah push isn't to play from the side of Team Super, and so much rapid game, in fact, that is being exhibited by them. Barcode has to move back as well, because only Lester Boy essentially is holding this off by himself, along with the Just Boy getting some smoke babes off. But essentially not much work being done in terms of how Team Super is approaching this attack. Not enough map control either. And that also stands to evidence. And look at that. A peek from the Barcode has come in. He's going to claim a life from the balcony of the hookah. And just speaking about it, my Affliction is actually going to walk in. He's going to find the egg. It's a very nice kill for himself, but the push has come in, and Smoke is going to go down. The fella says operator is down, but here's the mission to fall back. Wyden is going to get a frag, and the Barco back. Do another. It's a 1-3 all of a sudden, and only Mercy left like Hibana. He clutched it out for his team. His Team Supers do stand in their advantage, but for how long is a real question. They spot the region up. He's going to get that frag. A neutral line goes down to the Hibana. Another pre-fire comes in, but no win. As this match has once again come down to essentially a stall point, as everybody is just watching and there's nothing to speak here except for the Hibana. She's got to make some plays happen. It's only a matter of time that she walks into a line of sight that is being watched by the Barco dude on the dock or towards the side hookah balcony. And let us see if that is something that she'll be exhibiting. Legion mines that did get deployed before a neutral line went down are going to get triggered on the doorway of hookah. A Firefly watching this angle along with his friend, that is the dog. A possible prone peak coming in, as that it's being watched, and look at that. The dog will do some quick work of the ACOG, not the advantage that he has for himself. And there we go. He's going to get the Hibana right to the bat. Very easy kill for him, in fact. And even does the signature godly knife to the floor. 2-2 as we proceed to round 5. A very, very equalizing scoring in terms of how the rounds have been looking. Let's take a look at the scoreboard instead.
Absolutely. You can see on the scoreboard right here, 6 kills to Flickshot, while Narupada, Danger Babu, and Mercy are sharing 3 each, while Firefly and I Move to Line have 4 and 3 respectively, while the Barcode Man is doing most of the work right now. 7 kills without any assists to his name. Playing the dog certainly has worked out for this man, as he has been almost unstoppable when he gets going, of course, because some rounds he has been shut down on the spawn rush, or the spawn peak, if you will. And other rounds he's been successful with it. So it's a bit of a touch and go every now and again as to Is he going to do it? Will he be able to? And it's certainly, that's increasing the intrigue factor of this game by just that little bit more. First Floor Kitchen is the side here for round 5. And the scoreline, of course, is equalized on 2-2 between Monkas and Team Super. Looks like we're in for yet another close game, which seems to be the theme for today. We've had a, well, not quite the theme for today. We've had a 7-2 and a 7-4. Now, again, if we were to talk about the theme for today, it's the fact that each match gets progressively closer by 2 rounds, 7-2, 7-4. But then the only way this match could get closer to, include the losing team having won 6 rounds would have to go to overtime, 8-6. For either team, of course. I'm not taking sides here. But will we see that? Will we see overtime? That is, of course, a long way away, as we are only in round 5. We have 7? I think it's 7 more rounds to go after this. I think I'm forgetting my math. Basic math. Come on, Blackjack. You can do this. Yes, 7. Yes. There we go. I do apologize for everybody in chat, as 7 rounds to go before round 12 is over and done with. And, of course, that's a long way away, as we've got Lusty Boy right here on the main lobby, white stairs, if you will. He's going to go up, in fact, as there is an attacker push on to the bathroom. The drone may have spotted him right there, and that is something he's going to have to be very careful of. There's another drone in his vicinity that is active, and that is giving away his position even more. And now that the visual ability has run out, was he spotted, though? He definitely has been buying now, as the shots should come out in a second. And there we go. The Zofia will clean up. Narupada onto the kill, onto Lusty Boy. Is going to take that nice and easily. And that is Monkas losing their first defender a bit too quickly for their liking. Shots coming up from Penthouse through theater to where the Jaeger is. That's Majestic Boy, who is currently sitting on the second floor hallway, trying to get whatever he can for his team. But the drones are here, and they are irritating him to no end, as he's forced to pull back onto the stairs and towards the main lobby, playing closer to side than he probably would have wanted to in that situation. But of course, that is the smart move here, because if he was taken out, that would have left Monkas in a bit of an unfortunate situation. Right now, we've got vertical lines of sight being established by the attacking team of Team Super. Flickshot, the Sledge, and Nurpada, the Zofia are going to town on the breachable floor right now, trying to find any angles that they can on these defenders inside of sight. And it's definitely going to hamper the voice crack right there. As, ooh, what a shot from Firefly playing vertical against Flickshot. The Sledge is going to find the attacker, equalize the man count really quickly. Onto a 4 versus 4. Make that a 4 versus 3 because Danger Bob has found I move to Lion. The Legion is down once again. One of Womai's magnets found a throwable projectile that was being pushed in towards surface entrance, but Firefly is still alive and he can put down, I don't think he can put down another magnet. I think he's out of them, but we are less than 30 seconds left. He might find one. He's whiffed his shots. He's gonna find one instead. That's Narupada, the Zofia down, but the push is coming in from the Thatcher, and there we go. The kill is confirmed, and the Thatcher is gonna go for the plant right next to the wall on bathroom, but no, there's somebody inside the bathroom to take the kill, and that is a Jaeger who has done some very good work as Mercy takes on Barcode Guy. It's all done at the vertical angle. No, the Jaeger will not be able to run away from bathroom, as Mercy will take that kill very, very happily. And even when the plant was denied by some good plays by the Jaeger, he just wasn't able to survive long enough to deny time to the attacking team. Team Super win round 5 and go on the lead. 3-2 is the scoreline. Round 6, 1 round away from roll swap.
She definitely bringing out guns alive for him, and essentially clutching that. I want versus 2. We did see the Nomad being down in the VIP hallway, and Mercy just no mercy. In fact, well played. Got himself a frag that was on the flank. Got that frag, and he knew exactly where that turnaround came in, as the information was faded out by the planter or the diffuser that this is where the Jaeger is playing Mercy. Got to peek him. Mercy, wise decision making, I've got to say that. He did not stick the revive, no time left. Had to get the frag out of the Jaeger, and he did. But one vertical angle that the Jaeger could have ran away from, and a very small window that Mercy had. Mercy took it on that. A really good conversion for the Hibana over there, and a really good games being displayed by him as well. That will be out of the way. We'll be proceeding to round 6, and Monkas once again will be going back to Kitchen. Let's see if this time around Kitchen happens to be a little more side, or rather a side that is a little more favorable for their team. So far, it's Not essentially been a good day for Monkas on Kitchen. And let us see how it's going to turn out eventually though.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Defenders.
Alright, some spawn peaks coming in. I was just yawning, nothing else.
Oh, okay.
Some spawn peaks are coming in from the side of the Barcode dude. He's not going to find anybody on the ruins though. He did go off Sunrise spawn peak, but I think he knows what are the risks of that and what are the costs that he has to pay for it. Doesn't want to overextend the advantage that he has for himself and instead doesn't want to give away the advantage rather to Team Super 3-2 as the score. And that means that staying alive is a little more important as of now. Meanwhile, I think the plan is already alright. The plan setup is already happening from the side of Super here. A lot of utility being expelled in terms of how they intend to take this service entrance push for themselves. I move to line will be playing the Legion this time around. Barcode dude does get spotted out on the side of Sunrise hallway, I think that is. And Lusty Bot will be playing inside Blue Bar. He's watching anybody coming down blue stairs as well. So that means the Pulse will be able to find anybody above him, get a C4 kill, or if anybody happens to just walk way past him, as we know for a fact that the wall in the hallway is not something that you can use. The floorboard is hard, a hard surface, so that is why the Pulse just chilling out as of now in Blue Bar. Meanwhile, top floor control. It's like it's almost established from the side of Morsi and Naropata. Danger Babu will be going on the drone work for this team. And a horizontal push won't be happening for the side of Team Super this time around. But where are the rest of these players? There's 4 on top. Where's the last one? We've got to find them. Oh, there we go. That's Supernova. Way outside the service entrance. I think he wants to go and stick the plant any moment now. As in terms of how this goes down for the side of the attack. Establishing the top floor control is going to be a priority. Just by missing his shots, in fact, that was not on the stairs either. He's got to find it any moment now, but let us see if he does or not. Oh, alright, Barcode guy meanwhile gets a frag, that is Danger Baba down, and that's your nomad of the board. That means in case if he has expelled his nomad charges, that is already gone. Your advantage that you want to pull off is already out of the way. Firefly playing in a very sneaky spot. He's gonna come in with the Q peak, that is the left side peak, the left side lean. I don't think he gets spotted out here. The barbed wire getting broken from the Zofia. He's got to peek this any moment now. Yes, he does. He's got to find one. He's got to find 2. And a really nice play from Firefly. He's almost securing this round for Monkas. It's all down left, flick shot. He's going to be on top, but nothing much he can do is find somebody. But this is the fight that Ebon has to win, and she'll lose it. It's all under the sled, but where is he? He's after service entrance. He cannot fight 5 defenders with only 3 seconds left, and that is it. Monkas take away this round off of the back for an amazing play, and rather than responsible drone work being done from the side of Team Super on that round in the service entrance, which was something that we could not do. And look at that peek from Barcode. A Doc just pre-firing away on that door. There's only one way that the sledge could come in. Monkas coming with the equalizer before the world swap happens. Now it will as we proceed to round 7. 3-3 is the score.
What a game we're having here indeed between both of these teams. 3-3 is the equalized scoreline on round 7 right now, which means, of course, the role swap is a role swap of the truest sense because it is effectively a start from scratch. 0 round differential between both of these teams. No one's in the lead, and Supernova is going to take the 6 pick out of the Ella into the Pulse. The site in question is something that I mentioned way back at the beginning of this game, a Blue Bar and a Sunrise Bar. And looks like Team Super on this defense, they're feeling a little ballsy. They want to go for this site, and they could possibly get the lead of just the sheer surprise factor of the fact that Blue Bar is a site being employed right now. Mercy playing the Echoes is going on a drone hunt right now, but Monkas, of course, they know exactly what the Echo's doing and are going to be hiding their drones for the time being, saving them and helping their drone economy grow that much stronger. I would like to point out, however, that Magus Boy is playing the Blackbeard, an operator you don't get to see a whole lot of because either he's just not played on Coastline or he's banned when it comes to Coastline. It's certainly sometimes a bit of a targeted ban between the teams that are playing, and sometimes a ban that is targeted towards the, well, so like sites like this, Blue Bar, Sunrise Bar, and Hookah Bar in some instances because of the hookah window that presents a very long angle for the Blackbeard. Is that a rush from Barcode Guy the Ash? No, it is not. He is sitting on the main entrance, just outside of the main entrance for that matter. He's got a drone here, and he's going to see where the bandit is playing. Mark him for the rest of his team. As Monkas are going to, they're going to want some intel before they make this push happen. You can hear the Blackbeard shooting away at presumably a window, and Lusty Boy is going to rappel in above the white stairs and come back out nice and quickly as well. Just a little bit of a roundabout there, as he's come to peek the main door into main lobby as well. Danger Babu is just sitting here. The bandit, he's getting droned out. The attackers know exactly where he is. The shots could come in any second. There we go. Danger Babu is going to take a bit of damage, but he's not out of it yet. In fact, all that bullet did was it made him weaker than it otherwise would have to one less bullet that would take to take him down. But other than that, the bandit is alive and kicking behind this giant wall of main lobby. Shots are being fired outside towards the car, but still nothing coming out. Super Noob's still got the pre-play C4 above him, as he will find somebody trying to push into Hookah. Will he be able to get the C4 off? Not quite. No, that operator has actually pushed in, and another C4 is blown instead, and that is the Barcode Guy who was pushing down blue stairs. Super Noob is quick on the trigger with the cardiac sensor, takes him off the equation nice and easily. Echo's made his way back in the side. We saw him while we were spectating Super Noob's perspective. And of course, he's going to be using his Echo drones right now in the last minute of the round to deny any pushes, deny plants, and of course, the standard Echo things that we always see him do. Lusty Boy clearing the top floor. Looks like he is clear for VIP Lounge right now. He might be joined by a teammate from outside of the VIP balcony, but Firefly is going to find Mercy in the meanwhile, and that is the Echo gone. That's a big kill. That's a huge kill, in fact, because now outside of Flick Shot, there is no utility that can be used to deny the plant going down. Outside of maybe someone has a C4. Speaking of a C4, that's Super Noob, the Pulse C4 right there. That's going to take down Lusty Boy, and maybe the Capitol will go down. Yes, he will. Firefly found Flick Shot in the meanwhile. That's a bit of a tongue twister right there. Firefly is now making his way up through kitchen. There's somebody right on the wall of blue as a track standard comes out on exactly where that defender is sitting. Firefly, of course, I don't think he knows where that defender is, but Magic Boy has found another one. That's Super Noob off the board, as the last two remaining defenders are in a bit of a pinch. And oh no, the Gridlock certainly didn't know where that defender was. That was Jaeger Narupada, as he's going to get the kill onto the Gridlock. And Magic Boy very low on HP. He's got the diffuser in hand and only 5 seconds left. Can he make this push happen? He's got to run through two defenders. He won't be able to. The crossfire is here from Team Super, and they will get the final operator. Blackbeard not coming to clutch today, sadly. And as the dust settles, Team Super take Blue Bar Sunrise Bar on round 7.
Really nice difference coming here from the side of Team Super over there. It did essentially come down to the attackers not taking a little bit too much of the time in terms of the push that they're trying to make. I'm gonna have to be honest here, because we did see them making their establishment in the entryway onto the map from the side main entrance. Then they had to maneuver back to the kitchen. Then they went onto the top floor. That is Hookah. That did drain a lot of time off of them. But and let's see as we proceed later this round on how things will turn out. As round 8 will be underway, 4-3, and the way things have been so far, Team Super, they treat their level best to make sure they get themselves an advantage against what Monkers are bringing out. And it is essentially coming down to Monkers making some mistakes that Team Super is just right there. They are there to punish them. The moment Monkers slip up, Team Super is here to take advantage of that. 4-3 will be the score. And just like I said, Super Noob this time around, he'll be bringing out the Echo instead of Mercy. Mercy goes back onto the Mozzie Terrace. Looks like, oh wait a minute, he's running the reflex on the Ronnie. That is something I usually don't get to see, very honestly. So, very interesting pick of sight though. Alright. Anyways, that is obviously coming down to personal
Attackers have
preference.
dropped the bomb diffuser.
Let us see on how that will turn out eventually as we proceed on to this round.
Attackers recovered the
Supernova
bomb
going for a
diffuser.
spot peek, or that is all the way to wins with the sunrise doorway window peek that whether that's coming in from him. Diego still watching that angle.
The
Just gonna
attacker's
fall
bomb
back.
diffuser has been dropped.
Still got two
Attackers
yokai
recovered
drones
the
for
diffuser.
himself, and it only stands to see if still wants to. There we go. He's got to put them up, and he just happened to throw them, and not put them up. That is kind of funny. I have to be honest here.
Attackers
Oh, looks
dropped
like the operating lineup that was in the last round was meant for this. I think one go good plan onto the side, so it fits with the Blackbeard. More than that, they've even got enough utility. The Gridlock will be stopping anybody coming from the railings and side surface entrance and freezer. There'll be the Ash for, I don't know, the surprise entryway. Oh, that's a Blackbeard flick shot. No, thank you. I was just about to tell him. It's not like he can hear me, but you know what I mean. That's something he'll have to be careful about. The moment he peeks this, he's toast. He's done. There's no way flick shot wins that against what the Blackbeard is peaking right now. Still going to be watching that angle as the top control is being established by the attackers. Actually, it has already been established. Firefly will try to find that angle that he needs to onto the smoke, in fact. And the smoke will go down by the line. Really nice frag and a very important one coming in from him. Super still has his guys. Could go for the plan he wants, but the detonation of the C4 is not going to claim anything except off a lot of help of the Jaeger, that is his own teammate. Another kill goes down from just, but that's going to be Nerupada. I think that was the Jaeger. The diffuser is in the clutches of the attackers. I think the Ash from the top floor getting hurt out by the Mozzie. He's a little bit confused on where to play. He can get taken away any moment if the Ash chooses to come down from the white stairs. But Shiati is going to go down outside because the plan has to come down from the side of Monkas any moment now. Mercy holding down a very precious spot, but the run-up from Jabab will get caught out, and another fact coming from the bottom, dude. It's all on the suit. The ninth plan, but where's the man? He's going to be on the drone. If not, does he have the plan go off? He's going to spot the Sophia, wait for the correct timing, and get that denial done. Another drone for himself, but he's mistimed that. That means he's going to have one nice yokai charge to work with. The shockwave won't be enough. He's going to get that shockwave anyway. But now he's got to go get close and win those gunfights in a 1 versus 5 ace clutch. Let's get tagged along. Information being faded off. He gets a frag, but to no use. Chase point here is that a little bit tender from the Echo. It's not a situation you can look out from in a position that he was. And Monkas bring out another round on board. Round 8 goes to them, and that will be the equalizer once again. We put on board 4-4 as we proceed to round 9.
Oh boy, round 9 on the board and a 4-4 scoreline. Foxy, what are we looking at right here? Coastline is lighting up indeed. It looks like we're in for a really close game. Potentially overtime, but again, I will stay my judgment on that matter for the time being. Mercy goes for the 6 pick out of the Mozzie into the Pulse, and we'll be heading back to first floor kitchen on the side of the defenders right here. So, the way this match has proceeded so far, Monkas and Team Super, they sort of have this very, very weird, very, very wide back and forth. Like there's no particular word that I'm searching for, at least that's not popping in my head right now. But the back and forth they have is either Monkas will completely decimate the lineup of Team Super, or Team Super will completely decimate the lineup of Monkas. And it does get close. There have been a few rounds where it looked like a 1v3 was going to happen, but didn't. And it looked like maybe a 1 versus 1 could have been won here and there. But those are a few and far between in the 8 rounds we've had so far. And it's a little bit of an interesting thing to see, as we're going to be seeing Flickshot make a rotate out towards the main lobby from inside of service entrance, not opting to reinforce that third wall, like put down the third reinforcement on the triple wall of service entrance, instead opting to have Team Super opting to have the rotate there. Danger Babu watching very intently the window above the white stairs right next to theater, outside of theater for that matter, as looks like he really, really wants to see if somebody was going to repel that, but no one is here just yet. He's still peeking it, and Well, Danger Baba, I've got bad news. Nobody's there right now. You might want to go elsewhere and support your team by taking out the roam clear. Of course, that is exactly what he's doing right now. He is on the roam, but it is more of a lurk area, being in main lobby rather than, of course, full-blown roam. Mercy here with the pulse. He's going to be using the cardiac scanner. Zophia's lifelines are going off elsewhere on the map. Looks like on service entrance. Yes, it is. Trying to take out all the defender utility that is in this particular area. Mercy, he spotted somebody out of the very corner of his heartbeat scanner, but of course, that means that that operator is most likely looking at the window of kitchen that he is situated at. Shots are being fired. Danger would try to go for a wallbang for anybody potentially inside of penthouse, but he's not going to find anyone just yet, as he's rotated back towards courtyard. And Flickshot's got a good angle onto the entryway of service entrance. Team Super are setting up their push for plant. They're going to have smokes come out in just a second as the push is coming in. And there we go. Lost Super finds one. That's Flickshot off the board. And that's the smoke gone. He's found another one. Mercy goes, but Danger Bob was here for the refrag. But Super Noob goes down to the Barcode guy. Barcode guy will go down to Narupada instead. The refrag game is here from the side of Monkas, but there's also some vertical control that has been established from the side of Monkas right now, as they are, of course, in the advantage a 3 versus 4 situation, but they have the diffuser in their clutches. They've got to be very careful with how they make their peaks, how they make their pushes. And Narupada being very wild inside of service entrance, dodging so many bullets on such a low HP. And Danger Bob, of course, himself is also quite low as the smokes are coming out from the side of the attackers, and they might go for the diffuser retrieval any second now. It looks like they have been able to, and the Blackbeard's going to find the Jaeger, and it's all down to Vigil, who's found one. That is Firefly off the board. Danger Babu sitting in service entrance. He's got a good position, but no, he moves unfortunately at the wrong time, and Magic's boy will find him. The Nomad cleans up on the last remaining defender, and that is going to give Monkas round 9. They take the lead by winning this round, going to 5-4 scoreline.
A 5-4 scoreline indeed. One round away from the match point that Monkas could get for themselves. Any moment now, a nice attack coming in from them, dropping bodies left, right, and center. It'll essentially come down to the defenders guarding the diffuser that was dropped inside the site. Mind you, that's a big no-no from the side for the attackers. That is something that they shouldn't be doing. But let's see on how that will turn out eventually as we proceed to round 10. Monkas looking good, really looking good. They might as well get this match for them yesterday. They won over team at 69 over the scoreline. I think that was of 8-7. That means that went maximum overtime. It looks like every match that Monkas happen to play in now is maximum overtime, like the maximum overtime that you can bring it to Team Super. It'll come down to if they can stop them or not. They have had a good track record when it comes to this site specific. That is Sunrise to do. But let us see if going into this round we'll be finding a similar performance from them or not. Nevertheless, providing his fellow teammate here with enough protection from the nades, but there won't be any nades being used from the side of the attackers. Instead, there is still other projectiles, the flashes and stuff that you just need protection from. And actually, now that I see, look at it, Firefly is the only one who doesn't have flashes. Everybody else on the side of the attacking team has flashes. And Firefly will be running the smokes. That is something that he can use for the plan that if he wants to. Now, only time to tell on how that will turn out. And the Blackbeard operator role swap happening constantly between the side of Monkas as they try to get themselves, I don't know, they're just trying to switch things around, get themselves an advantage. Maybe Danger Babu takes a lot of shots. Meanwhile, the Bandit, that's not even the Jaeger. Oh, wait a minute, who's playing over there? Is that, wait, oh, that's Mercy of all operators. Echo will be playing on the doorway of the kitchen. He hasn't been spotted out. That means any moment now, Mercy get taken away, and not the place you want your Echo to play. Definitely not. That's a classic textbook example of what I'm trying to say. Some wall bangs are coming in, but there's nothing to sit back with a little bit of a wall bang for himself. But nothing to fight here. Danger Babu will be peeking this out any moment. Nobody's going to lose that fight. Already running on the HP. Multiplier going to get that fight for himself. And a very important one. Super Noob takes a few shots from the kitchen already. But just by meanwhile, he's going to get flick shot. The Blackbeard is going to peek that and win that fight as well. Lusty Boy gets him. It's all on Narupuda. He does manage to get Lusty Boy. That's a refrag, but at what cost? 4 more kills that he has to find for himself. The Capra bolts are being used, and it's essentially the Capra meaning on him.
Defenders have
The
located
diffuser is gone down, and it's a very tough spot that Narupuda cannot make it out of. As Monkas get themselves on 10th board, and with that they proceed to match point. A really nice one coming in from them. 5-4 takes it to 6-4, and let us see if Monkas will be able to take that 7-4 in this match today or not. Yesterday, like I said, they already won 8-7. Will today be a rather more a good display of skills for themselves? And Team Super just losing their mojo a little bit here and there. Let us see if they get that back for the upcoming 2 rounds that they have to get in consecution. We'll find that out in just a moment.
Absolutely well said, Foxy. 6-4 is the scoreline from the side of Monkas. They have been holding it down slowly and surely, getting the rounds in, even if they were initially at a bit of a disadvantage when it came to Team Super taking the lead. They managed to equalize, and then since role swap, since round 8, they have not lost a single round. 3 rounds back to back to them. We're going to be going back to second floor hookah from the side of the defense. And this is a very important round indeed. Round 11 in play. 6-4 is the scoreline. Monkas 1 round away from victory. Team Super 2 rounds away from equalization. They need to equalize if they want to have any hopes of staying alive in this match, any hopes of winning at all. But if they don't win, if they lose this round, or even the next round, round 12, that will be it for them tonight on this match on Clubhouse. And Monkas will have won their 2nd game in a row. Now, of course, that's a lot of ifs and buts and probabilities and whatnot, but what will be the end result, only time will tell, as we are here at the action phase of round 11. And Monkas, they've got a task on their hand, but Team Super arguably have an even bigger task on their hands. Mercy's going to finish up the last rotations he needs to make, as Flickshot is barricading off the door of Theater from the white hallway. And overall, just finishing up the last touches of the defense as the match is about to start settling down slightly. Monkas settling down, I did say slightly, because shots were fired from Ruins towards the big window of a billiards room. But it's going to calm down just a little bit as drones come out from Monkas. They want all their intel in place, and they want to make sure they know what fights they're going to get into. Main wall of billiards gets breached by one of Zophia's impact grenades. I move to Lion right there with the Zophia and the lifelines, getting that that breach done for his team. Smoke ready here in pink couch with the canister. Is going to throw it out towards VIP. Not sure as to why there's nobody towards VIP just yet, actually. Interesting decision making from the Smoke. Maybe he thinks that there's somebody making a push down 90 hallway, trying to stop them. Maybe he thinks there's a rush in place, but there is no rush from Monkas, and of course it's way past the time for a rush in this particular round, as we're already at the minute 40 mark on the clock. Narupuda takes a lot of damage. I think that's from an Ash charge that was fired, as Firefly is also taking a bit of damage in the meanwhile. Looks like it's a double duty repel on the big window, but Danger Bubba's going to find one. That's Firefly on the board. That is the gridlock gone. Not sure where that happened, but that is a pretty solid kill. We've got Magis Boy inside of Sunrise Bar. He's going to be looking to make his way up the stairs any second. Now I move to Lion, still on rooftop. He's trying to find any defenders in billiards who are peeking that doorway, but there we go. Danger Bubba goes down to the barcode guy. That is Ash taking things forward for the rest of his team. Diffuser is still dropped, mind you, outside of hookah, on the hookah deck, as it's called, or the balcony, as the common call-out goes. Lusty Boy the Blackbeard is, of course, repelling on the big window of billiards room, and that is providing additional cover. And there we go. As I speak about him, he's going to find Flickshot, and that is the pulse gone as well. So outside of Mercy, the Smoke, and Echo, there is no denial left. Echo, speaking of him, he's going to find one. That is Magis Boy, but Lusty Boy finds Narupuda, and there we go. The Echo's down. That's Barco guy finding one. He finds two! And he's going to close round 11 out very quickly indeed, and get the remaining 2 defenders inside his sight. Look at this peek from the man himself. The mysterious barcode guy is going to be the MVP of the match. 7-4 is the scoreline, and Monkas are your victors on Coastline. Alrighty. Well, Monkas are, of course, your victors on Coastline Center for the scoreline. And look at that, 16 and 10 kills to Barcode Guy and Firefly, respectively, doing most of the heavy lifting for the side of Monkas with ample amounts of support from the rest of the team. And well played to both teams, and a good attempt from Team Super to stop the train that is Monkas. But you know how it is. The statistics will, of course, reflect what really happened today, and that is Monkas' victory on Coastline. They're second in a row. Will they be able to keep this train up? We'll find out next week, but there is one more game coming up tonight between Sava Esports and Negative Esports. That is assuredly going to be very exciting as well. So more Siege action coming to your screens on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power, experience. The WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power, experience. The WD Black NVMe SSD. fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black D Sports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACD Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I am your host, Blackjack, and joining me, of course, is my co-host and Amin Foxy, as we are here for the final game of Division 3 in Week 1 and Day 2 as well. It is Negative Esports versus Save Esports, and we will be going back to the map of Clubhouse, but this time we're not going to, of course, have an issue with this because one clubhouse match a day is still fine. It's when it gets 4 matches a day. That's when our sanity tends to be hit just a little bit. But the match, of course, is underway, and we're already in the ban phase, and we know both of these teams, they like to get their bans done nice and quickly. Thatcher is off the board. Foxy, how do you feel about the match we've got on hand?
Oh, very exciting. The way this match will turn out, the first ban will be coming off, say, by Esports. That is going to be Thatcher once again. They'll be starting off on defense. That means banning the Thatcher is indeed the right choice to make. But the first attacker ban, meanwhile, from the side of Negative Esports is going to be the Maverick. Alright. Very, very interesting. That means no Thatcher, no Maverick. Things are about to get a little more frag heavy as the attackers and the defenders will. This is going to make it all the while more easy for the defenders to work with. As now, with that being said, they'll have to hold down to the. There we go. A Kaid ban comes in from the side of Negative Esports themselves. We did see the Thatcher ban coming in, and that's why they want to make sure that they deny Saber Esports the advantage that they can have. Echo ban from Saber Esports to top things off in the ban phase. So now, as I'm speaking about it, these fights will come down to Saber Esports and Negative Esports walking into cross angles that are usually in. We'll be seeing ourselves. Sunny just dropped out of sorry classes yesterday. It was a traumatic experience the way we played, but it's okay. We love your matches, Sunny. It's something like that. We definitely love them, and it's a very nice opportunity that me and Blackjack share of casting amazing players like you. And speaking of amazing players, let's have a quick rundown on them. When Supreme, Yakoba, Sunny, and Paranormal. On the side of Negative Esports, well, we have Angrybot, Warhead, Darkseid, and Skiffy, and Turdinator on the side of Saber Esports. Chris Ross won't be joining us today. I'm not really sure on what has got into decision making of that. But Turdinator will be here to replace him as of today's match, and Sixpick has come in at the castle as well as it's a gym bedroom. Defense that's coming out, a little bit of a bamboozle coming in. Angrybot just reminding his opponents and his teammates, in fact, that you get yourself the Moss turned on. Moss is indeed the anti-cheat monitoring software, so everybody who's playing this league will have that turned on as well. That's one of the most standard rules of this league, in fact, of any competitive league. We'll be seeing ourselves head into round one, and like I said, the gym bedroom, this thing, the slate will be coming out from them. And something that I was trying to point out is that Saber Esports yesterday going to Clubhouse. I hope they've got some pickup of the mistakes that they did yesterday, because mind you, they went 0-7, a loss in the worst way possible. And the reason that was hitting them a little more hard is the way that the viewers were very convinced that Saber was here to dominate, with them having a triple match score in the phase 2 of the qualifiers. That was a 7-0, a 7-1, and a 7-0. So again, that kind of domination you don't really get to see, but that is what Saber Esports showed us.
Well,
And that is why yep.
Actually, I would like to chip in right here. That 7-1 you just mentioned, I went back on my data at the beginning of this game, and that very 7-1 that Saber Esports had back on border in the qualifiers was against Negative Esports themselves. So this is an opportunity for revenge for Negative Esports as well if they manage to pull off the victory right here.
Right, interesting. Looks like Negative Esports definitely they need to get the rounds on board. Now that Blackjack has come up with some nice insight on that, because on Negative Esports so far, I think they did win yesterday's match, did they? Not was it? I just cannot remember. But anyways, today's match will be a paramount priority for both these teams, because Saber definitely lost yesterday's match, man. I can say that. But that out of the way, we'll be seeing Yakoba have made his way made inside. No, well, I'm not sure what Skiffy is trying to do here. He's just going to fall back on all the way on the bottom of this map. Yakoba will be going for the breach soon, and yes, he will. Sunny trims out the nade, but Angrybot is going to get a little aggressive, and he's going to face the music for that. Sunny will take Angrybot down a very nice bait and switch that got the Jaeger baited outside, and Supreme is going to find Skiffy as well. That's two of your roamers on the board. Everybody else is going to be on site. And Gym Bedroom happens to be a set where if you happen to watch cross angles, this could still turn in your favor. Saber Esports is still not yet out of this game and taking it in their advantage, because the roamers have done what they're supposed to. eat out a lot of time off of the attackers. 1 minute only left for Negative Esports to make way and do whatever they can with what is left for themselves in this round. Zofia will not be choosing to beat that. She comes up with a rappel instead, but Sunny is here with the sledgehammer for himself. And he knows where the peaks are coming in, but there's so much emphasis of the fraggers, in fact, of the team all the way on side of construction. While the breach has happened on the jacuzzi wall, Darkseid playing very close. He does get spotted out, and he's going to win that gunfight against Zofia. When goes down, Darkseid, very important flag, very influential, in fact, as that is going to bring down the man card, in fact, bring down the only attacker that was stationed at the jacuzzi. Like I said, Jim bedroom happens to be a set. You just have to play this right in 15 seconds left. It's going to come down to a bloodbath. That means the players will not bring in. Look at that one tap from Darkseid. It's going to get the diffuser down, but the peak is coming from no man as well. It's going to have to be a fractus, like I said, and Negative Esports will be on top of it, despite not having themselves the diffuser. They knew what to do. They knew they had to drop the bodies, and they did exactly that. Saber Esports, who needs that round, in fact, all by the hands of one thing that they did not have an advantage upon is the man count. A really good run coming in from Negative Esports to start things off, and it looks like the revenge is in the books. Blackjack, what do you have to say about that?
Well, for one, Gym Bedroom is a site that we know for a fact that Saber likes to go to, but just this time it does not seem to have worked out for them. And the score early game is 1-0 in favor of Negative Esports. Of course, just the first round has passed. Nothing much has happened yet in the game. Supreme is going to go for the 6-pick out of the Montaigne into the Ash, and we are going to be heading to Basement, Church, and Arsenal. Excuse me, from the side of the defending team, Saber Esports. And one thing that Saber actually got wrong, primarily speaking, is early in the game, they lost 2 bodies way too quickly with 0 repercussions on the attackers of Negative Esports. It was a 5 versus 3 for far too long, and even when Darkseid got those 2 kills on the corridor wall, the main double wall of Gym Bedroom, it wasn't nearly enough because by then the other 3 attackers of Negative Esports had solidified the push that they needed to make. They had all the intel they needed, and they came in and won their gunfight. So one thing that Saber Esports has to pick back up off the back of that first round is their refrag game. And whether or not they're going to be able to is very interesting. We've seen things like this happen before where teams pick up their refrag game pretty late, where they pick up their game, just the way they're playing in general, pretty late in a match. And it ends up sort of biting them in the back. But Saber Esports, with what we've seen from them so far, I would, if this had been yesterday and if this were the very beginning of the match on Border yesterday, I would have agreed with that sentiment that Saber Esports has every chance of winning this. Now, after Negative Esports won yesterday over Team Super, and today, and Negative Esports, Saber Esports performance in the match that they had, it's I'm a little less inclined to agree. Although 3 matches complete domination to 1 match being dominated on is of course still a pretty good record. You know, you do get completely destroyed a couple times, I get from here and there from maybe a very good team that has found a way to shut you down. But this is a match that has happened before on a different map. And it was a 7-1. Negative Esports did still get that 1 round in. Of course, that 1 round was towards the mid-game, not the very first round of the match. And that is something that is already an indication, possibly, of things changing up for this particular match. Maybe Negative Esports might bring out something truly special here, because as Foxy has noted, as all of us have noted, not just Chad, all of our admins, ourselves as casters, Division 3 this season is very fresh and very, very hot indeed. Bremen's going to use his Brimstone Church to open up the hatch on Moto. Warhead just fleeing at the last second. The Mute getting back into Church, holding down the doorway of from Moto into Church, of course. Going prone might not be the best idea, though. At a certain angle, his feet could be exposed, but he's going to be safe for the time being, just standing here on the door from Moto into Church. And the attackers, of course, need to start making headway into its site. Looks like it is a push onto Moto that they are trying to go for. Zophia's lifeline is going to be eaten away by one of the Jaeger ADSs that have been put there, but the flashbangs finally go off, which means the lifelines are safe to go through right now. As there we go, the grenade is being cooked by Sunny. It's going to be thrown in, but it's going to find anybody. No, it won't. Not a whole lot of damage done. Warhead has taken only a tiny bit of damage so far, but outside of that, nothing much being done. Sunny takes a bit of shots from the Pulse, sitting inside of Deep Arsenal, but again, nothing happening. We're about 30 seconds left in the round, and now Negative Esports have to get in there. If they don't, they will never be able to get this round and get the plant off. That is what they need. The church wall is being broken open by the Thermite. Jacoba has done his job, and now he needs to get into sight and get the plant off. Flashbangs are being thrown in as Supreme's gonna go down. That's Warhead with the kill, starting things off on this round. And there we go. Sunny gets down. He's gonna be taken out as well. Warhead's gonna go for the peak. He's gonna find another one. Drop the diffuser. It's a double kill for him, as it's all down to the last two attackers, Ven and Paranormal, and they are trying to do something, but Paranormal is very low on HP with only 2 seconds left on the clock. Will anything come out of this? The Nomad goes down, and the time runs out as well. Skeefy takes down Paranormal, and the Zofia has no time to do anything about the situation. And that is going to take Seva Esports 1 round up to equalize in the early game by taking round 2. What a round coming in from both of these teams right there. Negative Esports, we've seen this before from them. They have this little issue where they stick out a bit too much time on intel. They start moving with about 60 seconds left on the clock, and it just isn't enough at the end there to actually do anything about the round that they are in. If it's a 5v5 for the attackers going into less than 50 seconds on the clock, more than likely they are going to lose. The attackers, that is. That stands true for any attacking team that has taken far too long gathering intel. You want to gather intel, obviously. You obviously always want to gather intel, but it should be efficient, it should be quick, and it should be done with plenty of time left on hand. Now, we've seen teams pull off pushes at 45 seconds left in the round. 45 seconds is a fairly large amount of time when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege, right? That time is nothing to laugh at. But we've seen this from Negative Esports before, where they make the push starting at somewhere on the 59th second to the 45th second, and it almost never works out for them. They either lose their gunfights, they drop the diffuser, something unfortunate happens, they aren't able to go through and get the plant in, and that is exactly what happened in the last round. The diffuser was dropped even when Thermite got the breach off on the main wall of a basement church. So it's an interesting thing to see that Negative Esports still have that little issue that they have had with them throughout the qualifiers and in yesterday's game as well. And this time, hopefully they can correct that on the fly. Of course, an issue like that isn't exactly too hard, I would say, to control. You know, you can speed up your drone, and you can maybe move around faster, peek wider angles with your drone, and just overall increase the amount of information your drone takes in while reducing the amount of time you take to get to that information. Optimization is key, and that pretty much stands true for all of Rainbow Six. Optimization of your holds, optimization of your pushes, and optimization of your gunfight capabilities. Everything needs to be optimized if you want to have a chance at winning a round. Meanwhile, Sunny here, he's firing away at a defender who's inside of construction, but so far, no luck for the man. He sees his head. Do you not see the pixels moving? No, he doesn't. Darkseid is going to get the kill on the Ven, conversely, and Darkseid is going to go down to Supreme, the Jackal in the meanwhile. But Skeefy, he's here on, literally hugging the gym wall, and he's going to move in. He's going to find one. That's Ikoba down, but he's got a couple more to deal with. He takes one off through a wall bang, but the Jackal will be there to refrag, and now the round man count is in the favor of Seva Esports. Supreme and Sunny are the only ones left alive for Negative Esports on this attack, and Seva Esports, of course, have a very good chance of taking this round home, seeing as they have 3 members alive, and there's still no side push from the side of Negative going into the last minute of the round. Now, this round, of course, last-minute push is somewhat to be expected because of the sheer jolt of losing so many attackers in such quick succession. As Warhead, we see he's prepared with one of his smoke babes, and a grenade is going to come out from the sledge, but it's going to miss. The C4 comes out from, I believe that's Turtonator, but he's not going to be able to find anything out with that. The smoke goes out, and it doesn't do any damage to Sunny. He's in a good corner right now. but he's got to be careful when he rotates around. The C4, I believe, is still there, and shots are being fired. Team is trying to fight the defenders inside his sight, but no luck so far. Another canister from Smoke has denied his line of sight as the Sledge now has to push in, and there we go. He's going to find Sunny. That is Angry Bot off the board. Sunny's going to find Angry Bot, but he's going to get taken out by the Bandit. It's all down to Jackal with 15 seconds left in the round. Will he be able to do this? He's vaulted out of construction. He's going to be going for a push in towards CCTV through the window, and he's going to vault in any second. Now he vaults in. He's going to be heard out, and there we go. The kill is confirmed by the Bandit, who takes down Supreme, and that is going to be round 3 in favor of Save Esports on second floor CCTV.
That was a nice round for Saber Esports, and like I said, the way the rounds look like, it's going to come down to the defensive team taking a little more advantage of the attacking team, because that is the clubhouse is, and the bans are just favoring that a little bit more, in fact, making it a whole lot more inclined. If you don't get the beats down when you're on an attack with the meta that is looking at right now in this match, there's no way you're making it out of the crossfires the defenders have established towards the side for you. That is why breaching is such a huge priority on Clubhouse, and so many things that you can just employ on your breaches. And one thing we got to notice that Negative Esports still not chosen to bring out the Hibana double breach just in case for insurance, that you can have so much to work with. That kind of insurance you definitely need on a map like Clubhouse. You can always use that. But they bring out Nomad and said Nomad is just not the operator for Clubhouse. In fact, the Clubhouse has to be a non-linear map that is so much map control to gain. The Nomad, I don't remember the last time Nomad was successfully, not successfully, but rather, Nomad was an influential pick on a map like Clubhouse, but that's because she's gone. Could swap that out for Hibana. That can bring so much more pacing to the way Negative Esports can play, but then again, they cannot hear me right now, and well, let's see what they'll bring on the table as we proceed around for Saber Esports in the succession. Negative Esports looks like they might as well start losing their morale right now, because it looks in the sorts of... Oh, excuse me, I just dropped my headphones. I cannot... Yeah, there we go. I do not hear anything, and sorry. We're back. Welcome back to what I was saying. Saber Esports definitely looking good in terms of how the pacing is. So far, 2-1, they might as well aim to get themselves a 7-1, obviously. And that'll just be a bummer for Negative Esports. Negative Esports has to keep in mind that they do not get negative about the outlook on this match, because keeping their morales high is going to give them so much more advantage apart from how they've been playing. Definitely getting some PTS flashbacks from what they're trying to do. And the breach will come out from Yakoba. No emphasis in terms of how the breach is being countered. All right, very interesting. This is an advantage that Saber can take for themselves, but they won't be taking it for some reason. They just want the breach to happen. Once again, isolating the entirety of logistics. Darkside still playing on the shield in the hallway. Warhead is going to spot out no drones actually from the drone hole, while Angry Bot is rolling down along with Skiffy and Totinator. Where look at the heavy crossfires angles that each of them are watching for each other, but mind you, there's nobody on the metal stairs. That means the wall will be a triple reinforcement. And look at the soft destruction that is happening, so much of it. Nobody on the bottom of that means no C4 into play, and more than that, no flanks coming up. Skiffy is going to bring out the C4. He's just ripping that the Velcro does get hurt out. A hole is being opened up by Thermite. And yes, it will. When it's going to find Angry Bot. That's your Jaeger on the board, and Skiffy is going to go down as well. The Mozzie goes down. It's all down to Totinator if he wants to keep this alive, but a lot of time once again being expelled from the hands of the attackers. That means Saber Esports could still make this count and make this happen. Darkside will be playing on the main stairs. Nobody from the attackers will be intending to make this push happen. A little more spread out. Rebuild front side construction. Once again, that is something that did not work out for them in the last round. Will that work out this time or not? Once again, same thing. The Sledge, the Ash, the Nomad construction. Somebody could just drop down and go all the way from main stairs, but no, Negative Esports just likes to play this, and Sunny will be making his way along with the Nomad to make this push happen and destroy Darkside. That's indeed a very ballsy movement. 200 IQ that That will be paying off for LG Esports, and yes, it will. What meanwhile is going to get a fragment. It's a 1v5 ace situation for the smoke. He's just going to have to drop down 2 more smoke canisters that he's got left for himself. But he knows the rotation will come in from Mason in the sledge, waiting to get him right in his armor. And yes, he will. Negative Esports walking away with this round and bringing the equalizer for themselves on round 4 as we proceed to round 5 with the scoreline 2-2 in nobody's favor, and looks like Negative Esports are not going down without a fight. They want this revenge, and we know for a fact that revenge is best served cold.
Best served cold indeed. 2-2 is the scoreline going into round 5 right here. And looks like we're going to be going back to Church Arsenal from the side of the defending team, Save Esports. Curiously enough, the first 4 rounds that we've had so far, Gym Bedroom has been the only site where Seva has lost. They won on Church and they won on CCTV. And it'll be interesting to see whether or not that is set to change anytime soon. With the way Negative Esports has been playing, it certainly is, as we see the double 6 picks come out, Paranormal out of the IQ into the Nomad, and Dark Side out of the Jaeger into the Castle. Just these little bit of tidbits that we have that we get to see from both of these teams right here. And it's just these things that you notice as you watch, as you cast, and it's just those things that make the stream even more interesting. Little facts like those, like how Negative Esports have a chance at revenge against Save Esports right here in Division 3 itself. Both of them, of course, having qualified through the qualifying stage into the division stage. And Save Esports, of course, they have a chance to redeem themselves after yesterday's admittedly disastrous match. Again, it's like that match that Never Diamonds had against Vector Sports. I think it was back in season 1 where Never Diamonds were in the lead 5-1, and they ended up losing that match through an amazing comeback from the side of Vector Sports. And and that of course, that match can never be superseded in terms of matches that came close because of the sheer skill that was displayed by VS in that one game in those rounds. That is one of the best matches that we've still had to this day. And yesterday's match that we saw between Valiance and Save Esports, that is also one that will not be forgotten anytime soon. Primarily because, of course, of the way the sheer contrast between Save Esports versus Save Esports in the qualifiers versus Save Esports in divisions. Now we've got a drop on the blue hat, so it looks like Jacoba's going to go down and he's going to be taken out. That's the Legion getting a double kill for himself. Will he find a third? Sunny's there, but no, there's Skeefy to shut him down, and that is Sunny of the board. It's suddenly a 2v5 very quickly with 2 minutes left on the round, 120 seconds as Paranormal on the blue hatch and Supreme on blue stairs. This push has not worked out in the slightest from the side of Negative Esports. Their attack has been torn through so far. And a 2v5 has been established. The Mozzie outside of Garage has been spotted, but no, he's not going to be taken out just yet. Paranormal will not be, in fact, taking down the Mozzie just now. He's going to deploy an air jab instead to cover for himself, as I think he might want to draw. Not sure if he still has any. But yeah, I think he still does have one drone. Supreme is on Garage Sword stairs, blue stairs, if you will. And with a minute and a half left on the round, there's not a whole lot Negative Esports can do except for go for these kills. Angrybot is going to expend an entire magazine on trying to get a wallbang on Paranormal, but nothing coming out from that operator just yet. Look at this angle Paranormal setting up for himself. This is a fairly okay angle, but nothing too special. He's got to be very careful as the Ash is spotted by the Mozzie. Angrybot's got 2 very angry operators to deal with, and there we go. He's going to find one. That's Paranormal down, and it's all down to Supreme to clutch this up for his team. He won't be doing anything of that sort. Warhead from above, 2nd floor, with the vertical angle from Cash into Stocks. Is going to take down the last attacker. The Ash goes down. And Save Esports are going to win round 5. Once again, it's oh, okay.
Excuse me, I just had a brain lag moment. Okay. I had to shift onto a second monitor and get my mic unmuted. Yeah, so I'm back here. Round 6 will be underway. So once again, Esports not playing that right. In fact, their idea and the concept was right. I mean, the spirit that they had for countering the drone play from Saber Esports was correct. But something that they missed is on the micro stuff that they forgot to do. They forgot the fact that they've got to get their flashbangs in first. They forgot the fact that you need to shake out the defenders that are watching that has drop. I mean, that is number one priority for you. If you cannot do that, essentially a death trap that you're walking into or jumping down to, and that is exactly what happened. The Legion could pick up 2 kills for himself very easily, and the information trade-off came on right back, exactly at that moment. That they're trying to go for a rush from blue. You know, guys, you know the drill. You know what to do. Winston was there watching that crossfire angle. So this is something that is Negative Esports has not been doing right so far. But getting 2 rounds on board, getting another one would definitely be a win for them. I've got to tell you that, because on the attacking side, with a bans like this on a map like Clubhouse, getting 3 rounds into halftime is a win-win. Not going to lie, it's still an advantage. They can still make it out of, and more than that, it will come down to Saber Esports playing this to perfection. Saber Esports, on the other hand, their priority is going to be getting this round on for themselves. 4-2 is an advantage that they go to attack, because attack is going to be all the while a little more difficult for them to get their rounds on. And Angrybot is going to get spotted out, and between the hallway and soft walls all around, I'm not sure if he wants to be doing that. He's just going to fall back. The bandit on the main stairs, I think the drone works are coming in from the attackers that will spot him any moment now. What it only stands to see is the default cam is being watched by Warhead. Some good teamwork being done from the side of the defense. That is what you need, and that is why Saber Esports stands on the advantage right now. And let us see if that still turns out to be something that they can make use of. A logistic C4 goes out, but nothing to claim here, as there's nobody on that C4. In fact, he does notice somebody outside, but he's going to get taken away. The railing is something that he cannot get his bullets. Not even like a... He did not even happen to scrape the shoulder of the Zofia as Skiffy takes a few shots and just going to fall back onto side. The heal back is in from Terminator, but something that Terminator cannot do is heal back or revive back his dead teammate. That's your bandit of the board. The Jaeger still going for the speak once again. A little bit of a ballsy move from him could turn out to be in the opponent's favor, but it only stands to see how Negative Esports try to play this out for themselves. They still have a nice hatch that he can fall back to, but no, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Skiffy not knowing what the stakes are, where he's got to play right now, but that has already drained enough time. Skiffy has done that, at least. That is for a fact. He's got the timer down onto 1 minute, and the push has to happen from the construction area. And mind you, like I said, did not get this breach down. That will require a lot of utility to get expelled. And the nade, that is obvious to get caught by an ADS. And the flashes will come out now. That's a flash that does not really catch the nade. Look at this, the angle of the angle of the nade and the flash was different, and that is why that could not happen. When it's going to get war hit, and looks like Negative Esports has decided to play this on the frags that they need for themselves. This is essentially going to be a slaughterhouse for Negative Esports if they decide to walk up from that one single doorway. But somebody has done some work from downstairs, and that's going to be Sunny, who's gotten the breach done. And look at that, using the breach as a perfect cover. The Nomad is going to walk in. The plan is going down, but the Doc is going to take the fall for it. It's all on the Legion in a 1 versus 5 ace situation. He doesn't even get one, as Wang is going ham on the side of Negative Esports. Gets everybody, gets the last to finish your kills. The Zofia staying around in the end is definitely that has helped Negative Esports out. And they get themselves another round on board. Round 6 will go to them, and the equalizer as we proceed to the role swap in halftime. And what a display of skill from NE today. 3-3. The revenge is on. Oh boy, the match is heating up to this. And let us see on how the role change is going to affect both these teams. Blackjack, thoughts on this?
Well, for one, Foxy, I would like to ask all of our viewers, what are we watching right here? This is not the same Saber Esports that we came into divisions through the qualifiers watching, but then again, that stood even more true for that matter yesterday. And today they have managed to put 3 rounds on the board for themselves, but the equalizer on roll swap round 7 is only something that is giving the advantage to the side of Negative Esports NE, because on Clubhouse, a start from scratch, post-roll swap with only 4 rounds remaining for victory is a very, very huge advantage to the now defending team. But of course, as we see Supreme, he had this issue yesterday. He's having it again today. His computer is his game is just taking a bit too long to load. That wouldn't happen, of course, if he got the WD Black SSD, my friend. Get that SSD for yourself. Reduce your load times and play like the pros indeed. And yep, there we go. The loading. It's a little shorter than it was yesterday. Yesterday we had to wait for at least a full minute and a half, I believe it was. And Supreme, thank you for not having that today. Of course, it's not even his fault. It's primarily down to some issue in his in the way his computer and his computer hardware and the game software is interacting. There's something happening in the back there that he's got to try and find out and fix. And if it is a hard drive issue, then of course you all know what to do. WD Black SSD is up for grabs. And as we come back to round 7 right now, 3-3 is the equalized scoreline. As I was talking about, as Fox was talking about, as we have talked about in the innumerable number of clubhouse matches we've had across seasons 2 and 3 primarily so far, because season 1 had a healthy sprinkling of a lot of matches, maps. Season 2, not so much. Season 3, definitely not so much. So, as we've said in Clubhouse for a while now, Clubhouse is a particularly defender-sided map, which is aided with the fact that the meta currently is very heavily in favor of the defenders. And that, of course, is something you want to keep in mind, because a 3-3 scoreline for any team who are going to be going on the attack post-roll swap, like Saber Esports are right now, they are at a disadvantage because Negative Esports could very easily take these next 2, 3, maybe even 4 rounds and get the victory. But whether or not they'll be able to remains to be seen. Of course, Warhead going through tunnel, dirt, and into Arsenal. He's very fond of this basement area. Skeefy's found Yakoba in the meanwhile, and that is the bandit off the board. The Ash coming to town here may have been a ping from one of his fellow attackers that allowed him to get that kill, but there is a pest right behind this pipe. Skeefy's going to be aware of that, and he's got to save his drone accordingly. And he has. Warhead has made his way up blue stairs onto lounge as well. As with the bandit down, of course, all that needs to be done is take out the bandit batteries and get the breach done and dusted. Darkside and the rest of Seva are well aware of this, and as we hear the Hibana's Excalibur pellets go out, it should be a fairly done and dusted deal. One more Ash charge comes out. Actually, that is the first Ash charge that Skeefy is throwing out right here. And he's got a bit of a punch hole prone as well into garage, but Paranormal is on catwalk, so he's safe from that peak for the time being. But is he safe from the garage door peak that the Zofa is doing? She's almost found his head, but no, Paranormal just safe enough to get away with that. And he's caught a drone as well. So everything working out for the Mozzie just for that short instance, but will it work out for long enough for him to stay alive? Still on catwalk, of course, he's being peeked by the Hibana right here on the garage door on Kennels, as I think the rest of the attacking team are trying to get the main breach done. Looks like Skeefy was trying to get rid of something on the top floor. And finally, the main breach should be coming out from the Thermite dark side. There we go. You hear that explosion? That means the main breach has happened. And now with 30 seconds left on the clock, it's a 5 versus 4 now. Saber Esports are very close to redoing the mistake that Negative did. Even if it is a 5 versus 4, which makes it slightly easier than a 5 versus 5, it's not going to look good because it's a 20-second push, and 20-second pushes, again, usually don't work out. But in the meanwhile, Warhead's going to find Sunny. That's one more defender on the board. Skeefy's going to find Paranormal. Warhead is going to be taken out by Ven. It's a 2 versus 4 right now. 2 versus 5 down to 2 versus 4, of course. Ven is trying to find any attackers he can as the plant is coming out from Darkside. Supreme tried to do something about it, but he wasn't able to. As there we go. Supreme's going to finally find Skeefy with no loss to his HP. And one more goes down. That's Ven taking down Darkside, but he's going to be refragged onto by Angry, but it's all down to the Wamai. Is he seen? Yes, he is, from the rappel outside of the main breach, and it was almost a comeback on the round from the side of Negative Esports, but unfortunately, Seva doing the 20-second rush that that Negative Esports tried to do, and proving successful, proving me wrong as well. Well played to Seva Esports. They win round 7 and go into round 8, 4-3 in the lead.
You know, that could have been played better from the start in Negative Esports. Something that they Something I think that did fundamentally wrong, sending a Mozzie to hold on Garage. The man is a seafood. Why would you send him? That is why you see teams sending out a Wamai, because you not only have a really good gadget for the man that can eat away so many projectiles that are thrown onto you to dislodge you from Garage, but you don't lose your unit knife that you have for yourself. The seafood was so much needed on site because Saber Esports had to get that clan down at any cost, by hook or by crook. We did see the running coming from the breaches while nobody watching the running from metal even. That is another point that Esports not keep in mind, that you don't have a denial. What will you have to play on? You have to play on frags. And when can you not play on frags? On post plan. You had to stop that. Before that, it came down to that. No C4, nothing to stop the running of the diffuser plant either. And just something's fundamentally being done wrong from the side of Negative Esports is what gave Saber Esports all the while more room to get that wrong victory. In fact, it didn't really come down to Saber Esports playing that amazingly. They got the breach done in the last few seconds. They got the rush happening from the last few seconds as well. Negative Esports just not using their you playing Siege the way it's supposed to be, you know, the tactical FPS, the spirit of it. Not completely embraced by Negative Esports in that specific round, but meanwhile, Darkseid will come out with a breach on the side of the garage. The guy will be banned, that means not much emphasis in terms of how you can stop the garage breach from happening. Obviously, the mute jammers are here to stop that, but how long will those stop you? You still have so many other breach operators running on your roster. The operator will, in fact, Zofia will come out. The Baku once again is making his way from the side of oil pits. The Ash, the Hibana. And one thing that Negative Esports did not climb up on, that Saber Esports is doing, is the fact that, alright, Yakoba will start off a kill onto Skiff. That's the Ash of the word. What I was talking about is Saber Esports bringing a double hard breach for themselves, and a really good decision. They've made Paranormal facing the heat from the attackers here. Yakoba getting a little overexcited, I believe. It's not an angle you want to be peeking. No, we know Yakoba Thatcher is being banned, so you have so much more time to invest in your own gunfight that you want to be taking. But this is essentially just an angle that doesn't work both ways. But let us see how that will work out eventually, as we will see later into this round. Warren will be down below on the garage doorway. That is, he's watching that angle that the Hibana will be peeking as well. Meanwhile, Darkseid will be investing some time into opening up that wall. Warhead will be meeting and crossing paths along with the wall. But look at that. The Bandit is here watching that from 9 to peek on, rather. Darkseid is here to get that refrag in, but that's not enough to equalize the man count. A 4 versus 3 still established. The Bandit knows the peak is coming in from the Hibana. Tries to land the shots, but there's a Zofia meeting him as well. There's no way Yakoba makes it out. He's got to be very careful from the peak from the Zofia. And we got goes down to pick that shot. Yakoba shot somehow onto the attacker, and the ace from Yakoba is here. The Bandit. Oh boy, the aggression I was speaking about that is not paying off for him. But Yakoba still stands up to the expectations of Negative Esports and their fans and gets himself the ace this round. I mean, what a round for Yakoba. Proceeding on to round 9, gets their team the equalizer here. Amazing play indeed from the Bandit. Boy, I was not expecting that. What a flick though onto the man from Garage. Really well played.
Absolutely, very, very, very well done indeed from the Bandit right there. The ace comes out from Yakoba to save the round. Well, not save the round, secure the round, because he was the one doing all the killing anyway, as Ven goes for the 6-pick. Out of the Mozzie into the Mozzie, the little bit of a visual mix-up right there. But still, well played indeed to the Bandit for the ace, Yakoba. Oh boy, he is... that is definitely an ace to rival Spidey Time's ace on Hibana from yesterday. So yeah, 2 aces in 2 days. Definitely Division 3 looking very, very hot. It's not warm, not lukewarm, very hot, spicy, as it were. Okay, maybe I should stop now. Too many memes in one sentence. But yeah, well played indeed, as we're going to be moving to round 9, and once again the score line is equalized between both of these teams. Basement and Church
10 seconds left.
is the site from the side of Negative Esports on the defense right here, and they have definitely proven themselves today. It may not, we're of course a far ways away from the looks of things from the conclusion of this match, but they have definitely proven the fact that what happened between them and Saber Esports back in qualifiers, that stays in the qualifiers for sure, because they are here to win these rounds and win this match. They're in the divisions and they are here to stay, at the very least, that is, because of course the ideal situation would be going into Division 2. Of course, we are very early in the season right now, and who will go into Division 2, who will come down to Division 3, and who will get relegated or out of Div 3 itself is a long ways away. Ven, sitting inside a church right now, he's just doing Mozzie things, taking some lines aside as... what is Sunny drawing here? Is this a heart shape? Looks like it is. Aw, Sunny. Very well done right there. It's a little wonky, but still. Legion, well done indeed. A heart shape for all of our viewers at home as well. And out of that wholesomeness, of course, we're going to come back into the sheer bloodbath that is Rainbow Six. So much soft destruction happening on the top floor right now as a trade comes in between Ven and Skiffy. That is going to be the Ash versus the Mozzie, and both of them take each other down. Shots are being fired as the Pulse is taking a bit of shock, a bit of damage as well. Paranormal, low, not that low on HP. He still has 3/4 left on his health pool, but he's got to be careful. Kitchen hatch looks like it's been opened from the Hibana as well, as Warhead is going to be inside of Kitchen, making vertical lines aside for himself, making sure that whoever the defender was in deep arsenal has been forced to flee, and it looks like that was in fact successful. Darkside going on that rappel hold onto the corridor. You can see what he's doing right here. A very good hold indeed, as Zofia is trying, Angrybot that is trying to burn out the ADSs inside of Dirt Tunnel. Looks like he has been successful, but there is still a defender sitting here, and looks like that is Yakoba the Smoke. Fresh off the ace, will Yakoba find another kill for himself onto Angrybot? He's going to go for the peak. He's going to light her up quite a bit, but not kill her just yet. Almost exactly 50 HP for the Zofia. Canister comes out, and looks like he's going to be using that to push up. The shotgun comes out. The shots come out from the Zofia as well, but now Yakoba is sitting very patiently. He's waiting for the smoke to finish. The Zofia is slowly pushing up, and there we go. Yakoba with the shotgun to the face of Angrybot as the plant is coming out, but looks like Terminator might not survive this. He will actually, and the plant is off as Sunny is taking a Warhead, and it's all down to the last attacker, Darkside, who is above on just outside of Kitchen. The counter defuse is coming off from Yakoba. He's going to go for the upside down peak, but no, the counter defuse is actually going to go off, and there we go. The thermite down comes out as well, as Negative Esports with an excellent play onto round 9 are going to take the lead right here. They are going to go into 5-4 on round 10.
All right, Negative Esports looking really good. I've got to say this. They're like 1 run away from taking this to match point, and the only reason you can hear me giggle, you can hear me smirk, is the fact that Negative Esports losing to Saber Esports on a very shameful fashion. I think that was straight up insult that Saber Esports threw on the face of Negative Esports. But guess what? The team is back, and they're like, hey, yo, what's up? The division matches are up, and we are here to take it in full effect, in full glory, and more than that, just bring out whatever we've got to make sure we give our best, because that is what will affect your leaderboard rankings towards the end of this league. And mind you, Division 3 is the only division where essentially you're on a very tight, hanging by a very tight thread, in fact, because if you happen to be the bottom 4 teams, and now that has changed to 3, you will get relegated inside the tournament. That means you have to make your way back through the qualifiers once again, and oh boy, the qualifiers is not an easy place, mind you. It's where so much of the action goes down, and we've had, in the first qualifiers, we had 92 teams registering. In the second one, I believe that was around, somewhere around 70 teams. This time around, we've got 60 teams registering. So fighting against so many teams for yourselves in the entire continent, the subcontinent region. That includes Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India. Making sure that you have yourselves or at least the top 4 for getting the spot in Division 3. So that's a tedious job enough already for the teams that have made here, and in fact that already gives out statement on how deserving these teams are staying in these divisions and giving us some amazing gameplay, showing us what this country or what this region holds for Rainbow Six Siege, and that is what we all love, and that is what the Esports club loves it themselves. And I just love Esports club as well for allowing the entire TF Siege community to show that potential to them. That are the way we'll be seeing one fall back. And look at this interesting maneuver from Negative Esports. They wasted some time off the attackers there, but I'll be honest, not enough, but enough to have every single life on board. Gym Bedroom is essentially a site where you need maximum man count of life to over towards the end. It'll come down to the crossfires being watching. Look at this party that they're having inside the side here. It's really a little bizarre, but I'd love to see how this round will turn out. I'm actually going to stick to the regular view. I want to see where these refrags come in and how the crossfires are being used. Water will be making his way inside logistics, but nothing to find here as of now because there's a castle barricade that will be stopping him. He realizes that and he's going to fall back by Sunny is actually he's chilling out outside. He's way outside. In fact, I think he's going to be using his impact nades that he can maybe deny a plant, get himself some angle. The hatch of the gym is still going to be open, mind you, but so much time being eaten away, more than that, so many drones being eaten off as well. That's all the while lesser information that the attacks can work with. Yakova comes up with the front big and about to be meeting many times. Soon now Skiffy is going to take down Sunny. Supreme comes in with a frag, but refrag is right back in from Warren. Pernom gets another one on the war back. Yakova is here to get on Skiffy, and that's a very huge flurry of kills being dropped. But in the end, it's going to be Negative Esports to take it out of there with the man advantage. Darkshell is going to get himself a walk in, but that is not what he's expecting from the Bandit. Bandit goes down. It's all on the Paranormal and Supreme. This is going to be the only defenders on site, the anchors. Meanwhile, Paranormal, that's part of the Hibana that's coming from construction. Supreme knows what the Thermite was, and that was outside the breach on the Jacuzzi. But there's a rotation that the Hibana will be using for making her way inside logistics. And she gets the frag over Mai. This is going to come down to the dog to get this clutch for himself. But he doesn't know that the Hibana comes left. Or he does now. He's going to go for the pre-fire, but he's not going to land it with the prone peak. Comes in from the Hibana. And Saber Esports get themselves around 10 on board. And that is going to prevent Negative Esports from going to back spawn at this match. Brings on more stakes, and this match is getting all the way more spicy. Takes us to round 11.
This match, it just keeps heating up. I don't know what to tell you. 5-5 is the scoreline on round 11. And just seeing the kind of plays we've seen from both of these teams, absolutely amazing indeed. CCTV is going to be the site from the side of NE. They're going to be going back there because, of course, the site is now unlocked after having won that one there. Wait a minute. Yeah, after having won there back in round 8. Yeah, I confused my data for a second, so do excuse me for that. And once again, something I think is happening right here is, yep, that was the third round on Gym Bedroom that we've had tonight. And that also was won by the team that was currently attacking. So Gym Bedroom looks like it's the cursed site of today's match. No defending team has been able to win there just yet. I could be reading this wrong. I'll have to go back on the VODs later to figure it out for myself. But so far, from what my data tells me, Gym Bedroom has not been won by a defending team yet. And, I mean, I think we had a match last season where it was on Clubhouse, obviously. And Garage, Basement Church, was a map that none of the defending teams could win. I don't remember which teams it were, but it was certainly quite the interesting take because unlike Gym Bedroom, Basement Church is a map that everybody goes to, right? Everybody loves that map, loves that site. And to not be able to win it at all was certainly very interesting to see. It was a little hilarious. But that is, of course, not what's happening right here. As we're back on round 11, things are heating up indeed as Garage Door is being pushed. Paranormal on the dock is sitting on a Garage Catwalk right now. He's ready for this push to come in from the side of Saber Esports. He's ready and waiting to pop some heads. But will he be able to? Ven is on the downstairs roam, trying to hold off any attackers that are pushing a lounge. Flashbangs are coming in towards site as well as... Sunny the Mute was actually peeking the drone hole on the red corridor right outside of CCTV. Not sure what it was doing there, but an interesting thing to see, so to speak. So, Paranormal holding down on Garage. Shots are being fired in his general direction from Skeefy the Blackbeard this time around. Blackbeard being brought out, of course, means Saber Esports mean serious business because you see a Blackbeard on the enemy team, you know for a fact that it's about to be a tough fight because... we all know why. Blackbeard's Blackbeard's face shield, of course. That's what I'm getting at. His face shield is something that a lot of players aren't exactly fond of because of how it works. And again, I'm not going to get too into it because we all know why Blackbeard isn't exactly a loved character, as Ven might just find Warhead. He will. Warhead too busy running towards the lounge, will be taken out as Angrybot has been given the call out that there is in fact a Jaeger down here. He will find the Jaeger but not kill him. Ven is very low. He goes for the repeat, but no. The Zofia, Angrybot, is going to take that kill. Unfortunate for Ven, but that repeat was just completely ill-advised. 4 versus 4 right now. Shots are being fired. Skeefy is only alive because of his Blackbeard face shield. And, yep, he's just chilling on the window of CCTV for the time being. Shots are being fired as well as he's trying to find whatever utilities or defenders he can. Paranormal is still vibing on a catwalk. He has not been pushed at all. It looks like the push has been redirected towards construction, opening up the breach on the double wall as well as pushing in through the door. Shots are being fired by the Blackbeard, but has he found anyone? No. Jacoba's gonna go down to Angrybot instead. The double kill goes out for the Zofia. Skeefy finds one more. That's Sunny down off the board, and it's all down to Supreme and Paranormal to do something for their teams. The Blackbeard's pushing up. He sees him. He gets the kill, but he's very low on HP. The Wamai has to do something about the other two attackers that are pushing him right now. One inside of construction, one at the breach. Paranormal sitting in. Ooh, what a shot from Supreme. He's going to take down Darkside, making it a 2v2. The man count is equalized, but there's less than 15 seconds left on the clock. And now, it's now or never for the side of Saber Esports. If they don't get it now, they concede match point. And the Wamai has done something amazing, but he's going to be taken out by... He's going to take down Turtonator, and Angrybot actually took down Supreme instead. And the Dark will clinch it for his team. Angrybot goes down on the peak, trying to take down Paranormal on Catwalk. And the Doc, who's been vibing here all round, gets the kill that matters, giving Negative Esports round 11 and putting them on a match point.
Oh boy, Negative Esports taking a match point. The real question is, will we see Saber come out on top of this or not? Something that Negative Esports once again did, I would say a little bit of a mistake there. That did essentially come out of the Wamai winning those gunfights very importantly, and in fact getting 3 frags for himself before he went down to the Zofia. Something that Negative Esports still did not learn from what Saber Esports was doing is that the denial that they brought on board for themselves, the Bandit and the Mute, is working out for them. That is because the breach that was supposed to happen with the Thatcher and the Maverick being banned just could not work. Just the pacing that the attackers cannot do. You've got to make sure you get yourselves enough map control to even go for the breach. Once you have to attempt the breach, things you know how things get. With the other Maverick or the Thatcher not was being employed either, that means things were all the while more difficult for the attackers. But Saber Esports just better at their gunfights. Except for the last round, obviously. I know, guys, I know. Except for the last round, definitely Saber Esports winning it all for themselves. And but Negative Esports will come out on top eventually, though 6-5. And look at this. Look at the way the events have turned in the favor of the team. We did see them lose to the same team that is Saber Esports took. Snatched the victory away from them on border in the qualifiers. 7-1. 7-1. Imagine losing 7-1 and now being in the advantage against the same team. And you know, even if this would have been a close fight, I would still be like, all right, Negative, you've got to give yourselves a pat on the back. This is definitely an amazing improvement for something that just happened in a gap of 2 days. But look at this. They've not only improved, but they're also putting up an amazing fight, taking away the advantage in the lead right now against the team, their formidable enemy that really insulted them when it came down to the qualifiers. Let us see if the real question is, will they be able to get this round or not? Because it's essentially going to come down to this one round. Save Esports one round away from taking us to overtime, while Negative Esports stay one round away from getting themselves their revenge on Saber Esports. That being said, we'll be seeing Paranormal bring out the pulse this time around. As for some reason, I cannot hear. There we go. 'Cause I was just a little far away from what the puck was doing. That is Warhead making his way from main stairs. It's gonna go soft reach on the main. That is the main stage as well. Yep. Don't want anybody from the basement getting a little bit aggressive and getting a little bit excited for a possible flank and just capture the defenders or the attackers off guard. Excuse me. Skiffy will be making his way in from the kitchen. A Legion mine, that's something that will stop him, but not for long. Just part of the pulse, I think. Oh, that's just a pre-fire that he wants to bring up. The Hibana is going off. Did they get the breach? No. A perfect impact trick comes in from Sunny there. Really good use of the impact that he's trying to do. Hibana Palace does get noticed by the Legion. He's going to throw that out, but not to no avail, as that's the only amount of impacts that he had. Oh, actually, he's gotten that again. That's some great use of utility, Sunny, because that is going to push Hibana to use all the 3 of her pellets on that one single hatch. And now, Darkseid, it comes to that man for the breaching that is still left to do. He's got one brimstone already expelled on the construction wall. That is a tunnel. The other one will be in his back pocket as of now. Meanwhile, the Ashes already made her way. That is Skiffy on the bottom of the main stairs, and looks like she wants to establish herself an entry, and she'll walk straight into that. Alright, no challenge whatsoever from the side of the defense, but this is something that they can just play on terms of the time. 40 seconds left, and the smoke is busy holding off in the dirt, while Totally will be going for the plant now. Look at this. Let's go to the air review right. Paranormal coming in with the peak, but meanwhile Sunny's going to get a frac. Sunny's going to get another. The Legion doing so much work, but meanwhile Sunny's going to go down. But Warren is here to take the fall onto the hands of Supreme as well. Yakoba trying to hold on Angry Bot, but Angry Bot losing a lot of HP. Whereas the last attacker, except for Angry Bot, that's going to be on the top hatch. He gets the frag onto Sunny. That's a down to Legion, taken on the board. A 2 versus 4, a 2 versus 3. In fact, down the Legion. It's a pulse now that is down. Excuse me, they get a little too confused. Darkseid trying to exchange shots with the Jaeger, but Angry Bot is in really influential position. He's got to play this fight. He won't. He knows that fight. Marzi. It's a throw up with no time left. And Negative Esports get it. What a play! And they take this away from the clutches of Saber Esports. And what a round and what a match that we've got to witness. 7-5. 7-5 Negative Esports serve the revenge on the dish on silver platter for that back there, and the revenge is definitely served cold to Saber Esports. And what a reply from that 7-5, and look at the frags they've brought from this match. Just amazing. Negative Esports, take a ball. A really amazing play that you've got for yourself. And mind you, on the other hand, Saber Esports getting shut down despite their amazing performance that they've had in the qualifiers. Something that we were not expecting. Saber Esports, 2 days into the Division 3, no matches won. Exactly. Take a moment to breathe that in. Blackjack, what do you have to say about the match?
Well, for one, I would definitely like to extend a well played to Saber Esports as well. They may have lost, but it was a 75 and a very close game indeed. Came almost all the way down to the proverbial wire. Just turns out, Negative Esports, they have drastically improved ever since that game in the qualifying stages. And well played to Saber Esports, but really, really well played to Negative Esports. You know, as casters, we always think about, developing sort of storylines that we can focus on and things that we can talk about in those silent moments of the round to keep our viewers entertained. And this is definitely one of them. It was a revenge story at the beginning of this match, and now it's almost like a rivalry, if you will, because both of them have one up against each other. They'll definitely keep both those matches in mind going forward, not just in this league, but elsewhere should they happen to meet. But with that being said, let's have a quick refresher for all of our viewers back at home. The first match on Villa between Instinct Esports and Team Area 69. Area 69 was the victor, taking Instinct to town, really, 7-2 on Villa. Again, Villa for the second match between Team Selfnade and TRN8 Valiance. Valiance won that 7-4. Well played to them. The third matchup today was between Monkas and Team Super. Monkas won that 7-4 once again, continuing their win streak, 2 wins in 2 days for them. And finally, Savory Esports versus Negative Esports. Negative Esports won this 7-5. And one thing I would like to say is the fact that this is 2-2 for Negative Esports, 2 wins and no losses whatsoever, which is a very, very huge markup from what we saw from them in the qualifiers. So with all that being said, thank you to everybody for joining us for today's matches of Division 3. We will be coming back to your screens with Division 2. That's right, the Bloodbath Division is going to be on tomorrow and on Friday. So that is certainly something everyone, I'm sure, is very, very hyped for. But that is going to do it for myself, Blackjack, and of course my co-caster Foxy, as we will see you tomorrow with more Siege action coming your way. Stay tuned.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.